What a great time to release a positive video about Xbox, huh? I think it's pretty much known by everyone at this point that Xbox is just super behind. It seems at every turn, Nintendo and Sony are dunking them, not just in console sales, but software sales as well. However, there's one thing that I just adore about my Series X, and it's really the only reason why it's hooked up in my current setup. Backwards compatibility. I love older games. I've been gaming ever since the PS1 and N64 days, and I have the utmost respect for these games. They're not just games to me. They are works of art that deserve to be played and preserved for future generations. So it's unfortunate when a new console is announced, and it has zero compatibility with older games. At first, the Xbox One was one of these consoles. It was also coincidentally a bad console. Then in 2015, something great happened. Xbox did something big. On June 15th of that same year, backward compatibility with supported Xbox 360 games became available to Xbox Preview users. The dashboard update containing backwards compatibility was released publicly on November 12th, 2015. It's not just that though. On October 24th, 2017, some original Xbox games were added too. The Xbox Series X and S were confirmed to be backwards compatible with pretty much all Xbox One games, as well as the original Xbox and 360 games that were already on the Xbox One's backwards compatibility list. It's not like every single Xbox 360 and certainly original Xbox game is here though. There are 633 games out of 2,155 on the Xbox 360, but get ready for the original Xbox. Out of 998 games, there are 63. Listen, I never said the service was perfect, goddammit. It's not just the fact that Microsoft is offering these older games on newer systems, though, because if that were the case, I'd be praising Nintendo as well, and I am certainly not doing that. It's the fact that you can use your old discs. Does anyone else find it crazy that I could pop in my original Battlefront copy, and just, it works on my Series X? I could pop in the original Psychonauts, have it download an Xbox Series compatible version, and start playing one of my favorite 3D platformers. Most of the backward compatible games can be downloaded in case you don't have the disc too. Speaking of that, I've become an old man at the ripe age of 25. I hate streaming and subscription services with a passion. It's a way for companies to have you pay more for less. In addition, you don't own anything. This goes way beyond video games too. For example, I love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia because it allows you to see inside the minds of 5 truly despicable people. Why am I tying this into Sunny? Well, long story short, they're banning episodes and they have pulled them from Hulu. Some of these are my favorite episodes, like the gang recycles their trash. But, if you buy a Season 8 DVD of Sunny, which I plan on buying the whole series soon, this episode will obviously be on it. When paying for a subscription service, you're at the mercy of the media holders. They can remove content at any time, whenever they feel like it. And this is why I hate NSO with a passion. Putting older games on here, it doesn't preserve them or anything. Theoretically, Nintendo could remove them all tomorrow, and they would have the right to, and you would not be able to play them because you didn't download them. They pull stuff like this all the time, and then they wonder, why do people pirate our games? And trust me, I love to put my money where my mouth is. One big draw comes from games that I legally can't play on PC. For example, Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie are some of my favorite games of all time. I enjoy them on the 64, but for Tooie especially, the Xbox version, that is simply the way to go. I can play both the original version of Conker's Bad Fur Day and the remake on my Series X. Viva Pinata, that's another series that probably won't ever come to PC. Skate 3 is another game that I love that's not on PC. Or how about Sonic Unleashed? Red Dead Redemption is another one. For a hot minute, the Series X was the only 9th generation console that you could play this game on. It eventually came to PS4 and Switch. Still not PC though. Like, why, Rockstar? Why? I get that you can just emulate these games for free, and as a PC player, I do a fair bit of emulating myself. I still like when console manufacturers go through the effort of making these older games seen. They go through the effort of making sure these games don't get forgotten. There are also sometimes they add things like FPS and resolution boost, you get to use the Series X controller. I don't know, it all sounds small, but I love it when companies go the extra mile like this. Like I said, I like to put my money where my mouth is, and I've bought a fair share of backward compatible games on my Series X, because I just simply appreciate the effort. Even some games that are on PC, like say Plants vs. Zombies, have console-exclusive game modes and features, like Versus Mode. In fact, I'll go as far to say that the console ports are probably the best version of Plants vs. Zombies. The PC port of Psychonauts, that's not the greatest either. It would crash on me occasionally, and the controller would sometimes disconnect too. Rayman Origins is a game that simply refuses to work in multiplayer on Steam for some reason. I know the list is small, but funnily enough, they are games that I care about greatly. I'll also play the occasional NHL game on here. Leave me alone. It should be noted that there are, of course, some hiccups, like this is not perfect by any stretch. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords, has audio issues, and the save file can just become corrupted, apparently. Some games like Dirt 3 were delisted, probably because of licensing stuff. Combine that with the smaller library, as well as the fact that Microsoft more or less stated that they are done doing this. This is far from perfect, but it's light years ahead of the other two dinguses. The amount of titles on here, it absolutely dwarfs the other two. You can use your original disc from any of the older titles. They can be bought digitally if you don't. And most importantly for me, they are not tied to a goddamn subscription service. I hope Xbox adds more games in the future, but I simply doubt it. I'll enjoy what we have for now, but I want more, goddammit. I'm greedy like that. It's probably over though, and Xbox as a brand may be over soon. Like, what is going on over there? It's honestly kind of funny. At the beginning of the generation, I thought Xbox was going to be at least somewhat competitive to PlayStation. I thought releasing a lower-end model for less fortunate people was smart. I thought that Game Pass, despite my personal feeling for subscription services, is a good value for people who don't care about ownership. I felt that buying out these companies would lead to a steady release of games. But man, what the hell is going on over there? It almost seems like every new day brings us a new article about how they are just a sinking ship.